All right, Chelsea fans, celebrate today. Good news is back. That's right. N'Golo Kante has returned. All right, well, in case you haven't seen it, Chelsea's website and the official app, the Fifth Stand app, have confirmed that N'Golo Kante has returned to Chelsea training. That means full team training. He is back and participating. There's even been some photos. Let's go ahead and enjoy it and soak it up together. That is right. It is good to see this Frenchman back in training. As they say, he's returned to part training at Cobham after missing Chelsea's last 6 matches with a hamstring injury. Obviously, we haven't seen N'Golo Kante since that 2-2 draw with Spurs, and it's been, quite honestly, a little rough since then. It'll be the first time he's played a number of games in a calendar month since December last year. So there's going to be a ton of matches, as we know, coming up in October. Having him back is crucial to the success of this team. We all know that. We know how good he is. Just a quick little glance. Again, go to Chelsea FC's website. You can see all these photos. He's in training, not doing everything, but look, he's at full stretch there. So you love to see that without a doubt. What I want to do real quick is just kind of go back and run through N'Golo Kante, and this is just an appreciation video. There's no breaking news here. There's no, hey, did you know? It's just a reminder for us Chelsea fans to relish the player that is N'Golo Kante and how much we've gotten for him over the years. And the way I look at it, we should start right at the beginning in our appreciation. On this day in 2016, July 16th, 2016, Chelsea signed N'Golo Kante for a reported fee of £32 million. 32 million bargain buy. Everyone says Azpilicueta is a bargain buy at, roughly 7 million or whatever it was. N'Golo Kante at 32 even has provided to be a bargain buy. I think we can all say this is a fun stat. In his first season with the club, he became the first player since Eric Cantona in 1993 to win the top flight league back-to-back seasons with 2 different teams. That's right, Leicester City, then Chelsea. Look at the smile on his face. You love to see it. Is there anything better than a happy N'Golo Kante? If there is, I don't know. So another one, let's just, run through some things. So this is from his 31st birthday earlier this year. He has won the Premier League twice, an FA Cup, a Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup, Europa League, and World Cup. Don't forget, he was the 2016-17 Player of the Season, Players Player of the Year, and FWA Footballer of the Year. He's literally won it all. The only thing missing is that League Cup trophy, which we so closely won against Liverpool last season. Sadly, we did not. You want a little bit of comparison, Chelsea fans? How about this one? 2 Chelsea players have been named UEFA Men's Midfielder of the Year. Good old Lamps back in 2007-2008. And N'Golo Kante in 2020-2021. Between them, they could do absolutely everything. I mean, could you imagine that midfield partnership? You've got the goals, the box-to-box, the defensive actions, the interceptions, the passing, everything between those two. Absolutely amazing. And I want to look at the 2020-2021 season here for a little bit because that was his best season. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We should really just relish what he did in this season. And the thing is, he was still injured this season, but the back half of the year when Tuchel came in, he was available in the Champions League. N'Golo Kante was named UEFA Player of the Match in 4 out of Chelsea's last 7 UCL knockout games this year. Round of 16, the second leg versus Atletico Madrid. Right? Big name, big team. The semifinal first leg versus Real Madrid, the draw. And then again, the semifinal second leg versus Real Madrid when we won 2-0. And then the final versus Man City, he was named man of the match. He didn't even score, but he was that impactful throughout that run. It was insane. I'm wearing the Why Not Us shirt that we made during the run to Champions League. Honestly, it should be the Why Not Kante shirt because without him, none of this was possible, which is crazy to see. And then at the end of the season, it was the first time since Xavi, who got third, and Andres Iniesta, who got fourth in 2012, that two midfielders from the same club have been in the top 5 for the men's Ballon d'Or. Jorginho obviously got third with his Italy success, and Kante got 5th. Again, Ballon d'Or nominee as a destroyer midfielder, box-to-box defensive, one without goals, I think you should say, is amazing. Right? Lampard got up there because of the goals he scored. Neither of these guys scored goals. They were so good defensively with interceptions, presses, passing, completions, and that's what got them there. So just to compare, peak Barcelona was the same as peak, Chelsea in this season. That's the kind of level that we're talking about. And then again, only 4 players have won the Premier League, Champions League, Club World Cup, and the World Cup. Obviously, a little bit of stack there because you have the Premier League, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of players that have maybe done this in La Liga, especially with Barcelona's dominance in Real Madrid. But again, you've got Thierry Henry, Gerard Piqué, Pedro, and N'Golo Kante. Pedro did it for Chelsea. Henry did it for Arsenal. Piqué did it for Manchester United in like the very brief stint he was there. You could say Thierry Henry was very crucial in probably all of his teams. Pedro was a support player. Piqué, support player. And N'Golo Kante, absolutely key to the success of all of these trophies. Like, they don't win it if you pull out N'Golo Kante. Just saying. You love to see it. I mean, look at this face. You got to love to see the face. He's eating it up, and all the players supporting him because they know he probably doesn't always, celebrate maybe as much as he should. Let it fly. So now I'm going to transition out of Champions League, and as we look at this even last season, right, the player that we had. So this was against Liverpool. It was right on the 2nd of January, 2022. This is the type of player that you get with N'Golo Kante, right? 100% tackle success, 100% take-ons completed, 100% long passes. He's Mr. 100%. 85 touches, 71 passes. 61 passes completed, 14 ball recoveries, which is the most in this match. 4 duels won, 3 take-ons completed, 3 chances created, most, 2 interceptions, assist, pure class. I mean, he's a big game player. He does it all. So if we kind of go and look at his profile real quick on FBref, shout out to FBref, an amazing database here if you're looking for statistics. Just to kind of remind you here, the statistics that you get for N'Golo Kante. The amount of green bars you get here is crazy, right? It's just not something you typically see on these player scouting reports. He's got, some goal creating actions in here. He's got really good possession and advancement of the ball stats in here, that middle box. And obviously defensively, he's good at pressures, tackles, interceptions, blocks. Is he great at clearances? No, but what is he? How tall do they say he is? 5', 6.5. Like, of course he's not good at clearances. And aerials won, like, you can assume that. That's fine. We get it, right? He's not good at the ball in the air, and he's not good at scoring goals. Fine. Like, look at everything else you get with him. He's never been big on goal scoring. His passing. I actually want to look at the team stats here. So again, this is the 2020-2021 Champions League run, right? So very specific to the Champions League here. He was the only player to play in 13 matches, by the way. I thought that was really interesting here. He's played in 13 matches. He only started 7, right? Because, again, in the first half, he had a bunch of knocks. He was coming in as a sub. But he played in every single match. He was the only player to do that. As you scroll down a little bit, I'm going to kick it down to here. When it comes to shooting, right? So if you look at XG, we know this about N'Golo Kante. He's only got a 0.2 XG in the entire competition. That wasn't his role. He only had 2 shots. Comparison, right? He's with the Thiago Silva, Rudiger. He's down there with the defenders, quite honestly. But again, that's fine. This is just one of many facets. But it is good to kind of see where he lands within everything, even in the season where he won man of the match. And I think that goes to show you that his offensive creativity or what he produced was so low. That just goes to show you that in possession and out of possession, he was so good. He was unbelievable. Passing, if you look at passing attempts, just to get an idea, he's at 419. He's right around Chilwell and Kovacic. Rudiger, Jorginho, and Aspie. That makes sense that they're way up there in terms of passing. Jorginho, that's his role in the team. And then you typically see defenders having a lot of passes, mainly because they're under less pressure. Midfielders tend to be in a lot more of a tricky situation in the middle of the pitch, right? But he's still up there, in the top 6 or so of there. Also, his completion percentages, 86, is very, very good. Again, especially for a midfielder. I thought that, as you just kind of go down the line, 92% short, 89% medium, and 60% long, you know where his range is. Short to medium is where he excels. And that's exactly what we saw out of him throughout that run. In the Champions League, don't really care about the pass types. Honestly, I'm not that big of a nerd. So now an interesting one is the shot creating actions, right? SCA here, shot creating actions, which means the 2 offensive actions directly leading to a shot, such as passes, dribbles, and drawing fouls. What this shows you is that N'Golo Kante may not have been directly responsible for XG or getting shots off, but he was the next guy in line. In hockey, they have a second assist stat. N'Golo Kante probably has a ton of second assists, right? He doesn't have the first assist, doesn't have the goal, but he was the one who intercepted the ball, forced the turnover, got it to the player who then fed the goal scorer, right? That's what you have to think about. He had 22 shot creating actions in this run-up, which was amazing, right? And look at him, 19 of them, 100% of them are live passes. There's no dead ball situations. We know he doesn't take free kicks. He even had one off the dribble. He was fouled one time in a defensive recovery. So again, he is at the top here, especially we know how good of a season Mason Mount had. That just goes to show you, put it a little bit in perspective, how integral he was kind of behind the scenes in getting Chelsea into dangerous positions. Obviously, N'Golo Kante is going to have a lot of tackles. To be fair, shout out to Jorginho. There's a lot of stats in here. Again, I don't think we realized how good he was this season. He was immense, but we got to focus on N'Golo Kante because this is an N'Golo Kante appreciation video. He was very, very immense. You essentially was a 50-50 if you're going to get by him on the dribble. Had a ton of pressures as far as his ability, a lot of blocks, 16 interceptions, which looks like it was the second highest of everyone. He just was immense. He was a monster. He was so good in this run-up. Again, we've now said he was involved in possession. He was involved in shot-creating actions. And now we see how involved he was defensively. Like I said, the only thing he didn't do was put the ball in the back of the net. That's the only thing. Then lastly, N'Golo Kante on his carries, just want to give you an idea. He does progress the ball. He is happy to take it on the dribble and go. Again, I think a lot of people don't think of him as being really strong in this area, but he's actually up there, not too far behind a Kovacic, who we know is like phenomenal on the dribble and things like that. So, he had 26 out of 32 successful dribbles, 81.3% here. If you look at this column here. That is actually the second highest behind Zuma, who's 1 of 1. So AK, he was the best essentially at his dribble success. Phenomenal. Lastly, playing time here, it is good just to note where he ended up, right? So he's at 714 minutes out of a possible, looks like Mendy, had 1080. We know that he didn't play every single minute, but when we had him in the second half, he was electric. Gotta love a good recovery stat. 89 from N'Golo Kante. Again, cheeky from Jorginho with 120. He blitzed everybody with recoveries. But again, N'Golo Kante with 89, clear separation from the pack. You love, love, love to see it. So anyways, as we kind of run through some of the different fixtures, just a reminder when it came to the Champions League, N'Golo Kante, you know what you're going to get from the man this season, right? So now we're into Premier League this season. He's been non-existent, which has been tough. We've missed N'Golo Kante so much, and this goes to show you he hasn't even had a role in the team. 0.1 XG, right? from a passing perspective, everything. He's even still up in the top 5 with completion percentage. So when we do have him, he's still strong. He's still clicking. We need him back. His numbers are just way lower than everyone else because his minutes are lower than everyone else. And then lastly, if you just go to goal and shot creation, he's again had 6. So let me filter this. So he's in the middle of the pack, and he's only played 2 matches in the Premier League. Again, that just goes to show you, if he would have had as close to many minutes as Raheem or Kagre or Mount, he's easily double digits and probably close to the top as well. We need him back. He's an engine for Chelsea. We all know that. And obviously defensive actions, even with him not being around, he's still like in the middle of the pack. And only 2 matches he's participated in. So we'll have to see how it goes. This season, just a quick reminder, what you do get with him, opening match of the season against Everton, he had 89 touches, 87% pass accuracy, 12 ball recoveries, which was the most. He won 8 duels, which was the most. He had 4 takedowns completed, right? Offensive stat, the most on the dribble, 4 tackles made, 2 chances created. That shot create action, right? That's going into this. 2 interceptions, 1 shot on target, 0 fouls committed, clean as a whistle. You see that white kit here? You see that white kit? That white kit stayed white kit. That might have been the 90th minute for all we know. He didn't have to worry about any fouls, made his tackles all standing up. When do you see N'Golo Kante slide tackle? You don't. And that just goes to show you how good of a player he is. So to have this news that N'Golo Kante is back in training with Chelsea and that they're happy enough to tell the world that he's training again is a huge boost. I'm excited to see what Graham Potter can do with a player of this caliber. And we just know, I said it, I think in an earlier video, Chelsea's success on the pitch is directly correlated to N'Golo Kante's fitness. We need him fit. We need him healthy. This is a great sign. So anyways, hope you're excited. We got Palace at the weekend. I'm going to be reviewing all of the October fixtures here probably in the next 2 days. Hope you'd enjoyed this one. If you would, please leave a comment of your favorite N'Golo Kante memory that you have. And it's okay if it's him riding the bike with the French national team. That was such a fun one. But again, a massive N'Golo Kante appreciation video because he's earned it. So anyways, if you're looking for a community of Chelsea fans to hang out with, check out our Discord through Patreon, link in the description below. If you like this shirt, we have a bunch on our website, link in the description below. We do sell Chelsea merch. But anyways, we're out. Hope you have a great rest of the day.